They say walking keeps you young, and for years many of us believed it. Every morning, sidewalks and park trails fill with quiet footsteps and silver hair, a soft rhythm of routine and hope. We count our steps like prayers, believing that as long as we keep moving forward, we can hold time still. But what if walking isn't the secret we think it is? What if, after 70, it's not keeping us young, but quietly holding us back? I want to tell you a story. There was a woman named Evelyn, 72, retired nurse, devoted grandmother. Rain or shine, she walked 7,000 steps every day. Then one spring afternoon, as she bent to lift a bag of flour from the car, her knee simply gave out. No warning, no pain beforehand, just a quiet collapse, a whisper from her body saying, "What you've been doing isn't enough anymore." Evelyn realized that while walking kept her heart strong, the rest of her body had slowly forgotten how to support her. And that day she learned something vital: moving more is not the same as moving better. After 70, the body speaks a new language. The joints, the muscles, the balance, they all begin to ask for different things. Strength becomes less about lifting weights and more about lifting yourself. Balance becomes less about staying upright and more about trusting your body again. Flexibility becomes less about touching your toes and more about being able to reach for the life you still want to live. The truth is simple and gentle. Aging gracefully is not about chasing youth. It is about choosing movement that keeps you capable. Think about strength for a moment. Your muscles are your quiet armor. They do not shout for attention, but when they fade, life grows heavier. The grocery bag, the staircase, even the act of rising from a chair becomes a small mountain. Yet strength listens at any age. 10 minutes of mindful motion. A few push-ups against the wall, gentle squats while you wait for the kettle, lifting soup cans as you chat on the phone, can awaken muscles you thought were gone forever. Each tiny effort tells your body, "I still need you." And your body always answers. Then there is balance, the forgotten skill that keeps us safely on our feet. It slips away quietly like a friend we stopped calling. One day you notice your hand reaching for the wall, your eyes searching for something steady. Falls send more seniors to hospitals than heart attacks or strokes, and yet balance can return in minutes a day. Stand near the counter. Lift one foot, count to 10. Wobble a little, smile at it. That tremble is your body remembering how to protect you. Do it again tomorrow. Each moment of balance is a moment of independence reclaimed. And what about flexibility? We often think it belongs to the young, to dancers and athletes, but flexibility is simply freedom, the freedom to turn, to reach, to live without stiffness. I once met a gardener named Marlene. She loved her flowers but found one morning she couldn't turn her head fully to look behind her car. Walking had kept her moving forward, but not sideways, not upward, not around. So she began small. Gentle twists while watching television, slow neck rolls before breakfast. In a month, she could look over her shoulder easily again. Flexibility doesn't ask you to perform, it asks you to participate. To move in every direction life requires. Core strength, the invisible center of everything, fades more quietly than we realize. One day your reflection leans forward just a little and you shrug it off. But that slow bend, that subtle stoop is your foundation softening. Your core isn't just muscle, it's identity. It keeps you upright, proud, breathing deeply. Strengthen it by standing tall against a wall for 2 minutes, by tightening your lower belly with each slow breath. Each time you straighten, you tell the world, "I still belong here, upright and unbroken." And then there are the joints, the hinges of your days. They are faithful, but they need kindness more than they need miles. Repetition without support wears them down, like driving a car out of alignment. I knew a man named Malcolm, 79, who walked 3 miles through the foothills every morning. Over time, his knees began to ache, his ankles to swell until pain became part of the ritual. A doctor told him it's not age, it's repetition without support. So he changed course. Water aerobics twice a week, a recumbent bike on Sundays, chair yoga 3 mornings a week. Within a month, the pain eased and he discovered something profound. He didn't need to give up walking, he just needed to walk wiser. And that, dear listener, is the lesson hidden in all of these stories. Aging well is not about distance or speed, it's about quality, the way you treat the body that has carried you through every joy and sorrow. After 70, walking alone cannot build strength, cannot train balance, cannot stretch stiff joints, cannot lift a slouched posture. But a few mindful minutes each day can. 10 to 15 minutes done with intention can rewrite the story of your later years. Think of the people I've spoken of: Evelyn, who rebuilt her confidence; David, who stopped reaching for the walls; Marlene, who twisted freely again; Leonard, who stood taller; Malcolm, who walked without pain. None of them started big. They began where they were, with what they had, exactly as you can. Progress at 70, 80, or 90 doesn't look like youth returning. It looks like independence staying. After all, you don't stop moving because you grow old. You grow old because you stop moving. And movement, real movement, is not a punishment, it's a prayer. Each step, each stretch, each breath says, "Thank you for another day I get to use this body." Imagine what 10 minutes could mean. 10 minutes to remind your legs they still belong to you. 10 minutes to tell your balance it still matters. 10 minutes to breathe deeply into a posture that says you are still present in this world. Small habits practiced consistently can turn back more than time, they can turn back fear. Because that is what creeps in quietly after 70. The fear of falling, of breaking, of burdening, but strength answers fear, balance answers doubt, flexibility answers stiffness, and kindness toward yourself answers everything else. The goal is not perfection, the goal is presence. So when you wake tomorrow, before you check your steps, check your spirit. Ask, have I lifted something today? Ask, have I stretched? Ask, have I stood tall? If the answer is no, it's okay. You can start right then, lift the kettle. Roll your shoulders, take a deep breath that fills your chest. That's movement too. Your body has been your oldest companion. It remembers the weight of your first child, the rhythm of your work, the ache of your loss, the warmth of every embrace. It has carried you through a lifetime of storms. Now it asks only for your partnership, not perfection, just attention. The reward is not merely years added to your life, but life returned to your years. There's a quiet power in deciding you're not done improving, in saying, I can still get stronger, in believing that your story of movement isn't over, it's only changing tempo. Age doesn't close the book. It adds a new chapter, one written slower but deeper. So rise gently from your chair, plant your feet, stand tall, shoulders open. Feel the air fill your lungs, that single act defies the weight of time. Then move kindly, deliberately, gratefully, because the body that carried you this far still has so much left to give. And every motion you make, no matter how small, whispers to time itself, not yet. I'm still here, you've spent a lifetime caring for others. Now it's your turn to care for yourself, not out of vanity, but out of respect. Respect for the miracle that you are still here. Respect for the bones and muscles that have never stopped showing up for you. Respect for the quiet strength that never asked for praise. Aging gracefully isn't about pretending nothing has changed. It's about recognizing what still can. You can still grow muscle, you can still improve balance, you can still stretch stiffness into ease, you can still stand taller, breathe deeper, move freely. Every day you wake up is another invitation to move smarter, not just more. To move because you still can, to move because it reminds you that you are alive. So today, wherever you are, begin again. Lift the light thing, stretch the stiff thing, strengthen the forgotten thing. Balance on one foot and laugh when you wobble. That laugh is the sound of life continuing. And when the sun sets and you sit down to rest, know this, you have already won the quiet battle against stillness, because you chose to move. In the end, this is what aging gracefully means. It means moving kindly with yourself. It means letting time slow down but never letting it stop you. It means discovering your second strength, the strength not of youth but of wisdom, patience, and perseverance. Your heart has walked a long road to get here. Now let your body learn how to walk beside it again. 10 minutes, that's all it takes to begin. And once you begin, you'll find the miracle that was waiting all along. You're not just surviving the years, you're mastering them. So take that breath, take that step. And remember, your second strength starts today.